Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I pushed the wrong button. I have now pushed the right button. We are very excited. We are finishing up the Octoquadri puzzles today, hopefully. There are two left. I believe in us. So we get to start with Jay. I see Jay is in chat. Also, hello, David, Paul Fly, Daniel. Let's see, do I have any announcements? I have a puzzle that made it through testing that I might probably post on LMD at some point. A double arrow skyscraper puzzle, so you can look forward to that if that is your vibe. It didn't get a lot of comments, which always worries me, and then I wonder if I'm actually supposed to post it or if I'm supposed to take the fact that I didn't get a lot of comments to mean that I shouldn't post it. We'll see. We do have a guest this weekend, which I am very excited to find out about. Very excited. Hey, Jan, how are you doing? Also, I can announce that I am intending to start doing a little let's play of a couple games that I wanted to play, and maybe releasing some videos of that. So you can look forward to some of that. It didn't need too many comments, Planktime says. I mean, usually someone at least says, "Oh yeah, that was nice." In this case, I only got, "Hey, the rectangles look bad on a phone." So then it's always a little unclear. So anyway, you can look forward to probably doing that, or to probably seeing that. And I have promised, this is much in advance, but I have promised a 24-ish hour stream at the end of my semester, which is in a little over a month. So you can look forward to that. I don't know that it'll be the full 24 hours. We'll see. Maybe. Might be exciting. But just to hang out, play games, and whatever. So if there's anything exciting you'd like to see as part of that, we did one a couple years ago. So I know several of you actually, or at least several people who are regulars around the channel now, only found out about the channel when we did the last one, which we did. The last one was kind of a thing to do for that. Yeah, blueprints. I'm very excited to try to keep hearing about it in all sorts of different avenues of my life. So yeah, so I'm gonna at least release a let's play of a couple of videos or a couple games, and then see if I think one would play especially well on stream. Then I might save it to do it as a stream. But if you play Blueprints, should I just save Blueprints and just do a 24-hour let's play of Blueprints? And then they'll randomly release Silk Song the day before, and I'll just do that instead. That could be the 24 hours. Yeah, I'm open to these sorts of things. Let's see. The Monster Train 2 is coming out soon. I'm excited. Slay the Spire 2 is coming out someday. Who knows when? I remember Memerister used to always stream Slay the Spire. I enjoyed that. So I'm guessing Memerister will probably also get invested in Slay the Spire 2 if I were to predict. But yeah, I know very little about Blueprints other than that everyone's talking about it, so I will probably enjoy it. I'm very excited about Lingo because a lot of people have compared it to The Witness, which is, a good way to get me excited about something, since The Witness is definitely my favorite puzzle game ever. So something that emulates that sounds delightful. We're discussing the exciting challenge. No, we're discussing my 24-hour-ish stream. I'm glad you're also excited for the release of Silk Song. I mean, I am... It's definitely one of those things where when you have to put out a press release that says, yes, this game is still going to come out, it may indicate that you've done something wrong. Like, I think they made the original Hollow Knight with 2 people in 2 years or something like that. They have made Hollow Knight, or sorry, they've been making Silk Song for, I don't know, 6 centuries now or something. With a staff of millions, so we'll see what it is like. I can definitely understand the sort of the longer it goes, the more pressure there is to write 689 in these cells or whatever. So I definitely get that. Anyway, we are wrapping up today's setting challenge with the Octoquadri by Jay Dyer and another Octoquadri by the Cogito. So this is the Jay Dyer one. So in each grid, you need to place the digits 1 through 8 twice each. There's no digit repeats in any row, column, or 2x2 box. The two grids are considered separately for this rule. 4 cells in each grid are doublers. Oh, so I can't write 689 in this box, is what you're telling me. With values equal to twice their digit. Each digit appears in exactly one doubler. The values of cells on a renban line must form a consecutive set without any repeats, but may be in any order. Digits may repeat. Okay, so when it says the digit may repeat on the line, it's just saying like I could have a 2 and then I could have a doubled 2 acting as a 4, is I believe what this is saying. Cells joined by a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 2. Values of cells in a caged sum to the indicated total. Digits may not repeat in cages, but values can. This is a beautiful way to say the thing that I have looked for when I was making killer puzzles with doublers back in the day. Okay, so yeah, so the link between the grids is the fact that the doublers are one set of the digits 1 through 8 in both of them. Yeah, so as David says, the highest value that I can put on a renban is 10, because 12, 14, and 16 are too high. I've seen a few puzzles with that idea. So if I just take as given the fact that I have to fill those 3 digits in, I only have sort of 4 houses worth of space in which I could possibly put those. And I guess actually I can knock out, I'm not putting any of those in an 11 cage, actually. I'm not putting any of those on this black dot. So I actually have a first doubler cell, I think, because I need to fit 2 in each. Oh, no, sorry. I don't need to fit 2 in each grid. I need to fit 3 total. So I need to fit 2 in one grid. So in each grid, I have a cell that if there's 2 in that grid has to be a doubler. So that cell in this grid and this cell in this grid. Hey, the Kachucho, how are you doing? I think it was your puzzle was the first doubler renban puzzle I did, actually. But yeah, I agree. There's definitely a doubler in each of these columns that's a doubler from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is reasonable. Oh yeah, you can't. Okay. Good point. 9 is not a digit in this puzzle, so actually everything I just said before I need to now redo, because actually we can't put double 5 on a renban either, because in order to get to double 5 you need a 9, but this puzzle only uses digits 1 through 8. So we actually do have 2 doublers if we use this. So yeah, so we've got to sort of go back and highlight all of this for a second. So oh, but double 5 could go in a 16 cage. Double 5 can't go in a 10 cage, though. Double 5 can't go in a black dot either. So, yeah, okay. So, just naively, I think double 5, double 6, double 7, and double 8 can't go in any of these cells that I have grayed for a second. They're not going to stay gray, but they're going to be gray for a moment. So this puzzle, oh, yeah, this puzzle, I'm going to need 1 in this column and 1 in this column. Oh, I don't need that one, though. So I'm going to need a high doubler in the 16 cage, though. So I guess the pen tool is off. Disaster. So, oops, not there. So one of these 2 cells is going to need to be a doubler. You can't put double 5 in an 11 with 3 cells, though, Matt Laffey. So what can I do? I could do a double 5, a double 6. double 7 is too high. So there's a double 5 or a double 6 in here. Oh, I see. Right here, right. I can't put a double 5 in here, right? So this is still gray. This one wasn't though. Okay, so I either have a doubler here and here, or there's a doubler here. I guess I know this cell's definitely not a doubler. Is a funny consequence of this. So normally I would use gray, and I probably will go back to using this gray to mean not a doubler. I'm going to use black to indicate that I know this cell is definitely not a doubler at the moment. Okay, so it's oh, and so now this has to be a doubler, right? Yeah, now this has to be a doubler. Because if I don't, then I can't, yeah, this needs to be a high doubler. Just because I need to fit 2 into this grid. So this is a 5, 6, 7, 8. Somehow I tricked myself. Okay, this is also definitely really not a doubler. Uh-oh. Paul Fly says I'm wrong. I don't understand this claim about the renban. Why does the renban need 3 doublers? Because I believe my argument that this has to be a high doubler. Yeah, the renban could in principle have 0 doublers, although we know it has at least 1 because of row 1. But yeah, in terms of sets of digits, I could definitely make it without any. Okay, so that is a doubler. So this is really not a doubler. These are all really not doublers. And these are really not doublers. Okay, so this could go as high as 8 without any problems at all. I know one of these two is a high doubler. This cage is so sad. Okay, we know the high doubler over here is a 5 or a 6. I think we said 7 is too much, so yeah, I mean, I married a Hawkeye graduate, so I suppose I'm a Hawkeye fan. Okay, so yeah, so there is in fact exactly 1 doubler on this renban, I guess we now know. I was debating if it could be that, but I think it can, because I could do like a double 1 and a 4 or something dumb like that. Hey, Ambrose, how are you doing? Okay, yeah, and over here, yeah, there's nowhere over here that I can say definitely avoids this. That's a good point. Okay, so that's a great point, actually. So these renban are length 5, and ergo they actually need to contain an actual 5. Note the window of values that I can contemplate for these renban is actually smaller than it usually is. They can only go in value from 1 to 8. So a length 5 renban, in fact, needs to have a value 4, value 5, and value 6. But in particular, it needs to have a value 5. And the only way you get a value of 5 is with a 5, because you can't double a 2.5. And so therefore, David points out the doubler here is in fact a 6 that's doubled. And so this is a 1, 3, 6 over here. which means this over here isn't a 6. One of the doublers in this puzzle is a 5, and the other 5 is on this renban. Oh, it's value 3. Sorry, value 3 is also in there. Sorry. Right, I need a value 3 because I can go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, I don't need a 3. No, just 4 and 6. No, just 4. 4 is also needed because if I don't use 4, I can't do it. Okay, yeah. 4 is the only one that gets added, I guess, so it's 4 and 5. But again, 4 isn't really super useful immediately. Okay, so we've got our 1, 3, 6 over here. Again, there's definitely a 5 one here. Now, this is a length 7 renban, so this is going to need a 7 on it for what it's worth. This renban needs a 3, right. But it could be this digit. This black dot is now certainly from 1, 2, 4, 8. There are no new black dots introduced by doublers, excepting the fact that you can do something like double 1 with a 4. But you might think, I could do a 7 and a doubled 7, except Sudoku stops you from doing that. So there's no 6. I can't make a 3-6 flavor 1 or a 6-12 or anything like that. So I think I'm stuck with the 1, 2, 4, 8 flavor over here. 8 is too big, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 is too big, regardless. Just in terms of value, 8 is too big. So if this is a 1, then this is the one of the 3s is up here, and this is the last 3. We do know one of these is a 5. We do know the 5 isn't over here. Let's see. Okay, so another observation. There is a 3 on this renban, and it's not doubled. By the way, I guess I can, to keep my coloring consistent, I can turn these black, which makes this pencil mark very easy to see. Maybe I'll go with darker gray. Is that visually distinct? Can I use that instead of the Hawkeye black? And still have it be clear what I'm talking about, maybe, possibly. So if this renban has a value of 6 on it, that value of 6 is an actual 6. So either this is just 1 through 5, or it has an actual 6. Now, if it did have an actual 6, the doubler would be up here, right? So the doubler here is actually, it's only a 1 or a 2, right? Aren't 1 and 2 the only things I can double and have them fit on this renban? And 1 I don't think even actually works. Because if I double a 1, oh, okay, then I'd go 2, 3. Okay, well, there's definitely a double 1 or a double 2. Okay, and if there's definitely a double 1 or a double 2, that means there's no 1 on this black dot, because that would make this a 1, 2 black dot, and that doesn't work. So there's definitely a 4 on this black dot. That's the point. And so if there's definitely a 4 on this black dot, where does this... Oh, no, crap. The renban can get us 4 there. If this is a 4, Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, so if this can't be the 4 for the pathological reason that if this is the 4, this is a 2, and now there's no way for me to put a 4. Oh no, I could just put a 4 there. Darn it, no, that's okay. Oh, but then I can't put a doubler on this line at all, can I? I think I then I think it's even worse than I thought. I think if I put a 4 here, I think I can't put a doubler on this line at all. Because what am I doubling? And the answer is nothing. Because I need to double something in this column, and it needs to be a 1 or a 2. Well, if I make this a 4 and this a 2, well, now there's a 2 on the renban. I can't double a 1, and I can't double a 2. So this actually can't be a 4, but it's even one step more insane than I thought it was. So that's not a 4. So therefore, that is a 4. And we can bring out Zach for the 4 dance. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. You've been away from me for a little bit. Good to see you again. Yeah, the reason, by the way, why I need a 4 in this renban at all is, well, I guess all length 5 renbans need to have a 4 on them in some capacity, but it's because of the 1 or the 3 was what I was thinking at the time. But yeah, so the doubler is a 1 that is doubled, so that does make this a 3, which makes these a 1, 6. That's all the 1s for this grid. Okay, so that's a 2. And so there's no 1. So this renban now is 2 doubled, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. And the 5 has to go here, so the 6 can go here. These are a 1, 6, but the 1 I'll corner mark is doubled. Just to make this work. Okay, so that's all the 6s that this grid gets. So that means this black dot is also from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family, but we've used all the 1s in this grid. That one, by the way, is not a 4, owing to the 4 looking at it by Sudoku. I was thinking that, Paulfly. I was slowly working my way to convincing myself if that was really true. Okay, so the only way that I can make this work without this being 4 is with a double 2 and an 8. Which I think might be okay. But what Paul Fly and Matt Laffey are alluding to is that I need a 6 on this renban value-wise, because I don't have a 1 and I can't go high enough to avoid the 6. And the only way to get the 6 is with a doubled 3. So indeed, there is a doubled 3 somewhere on this renban in one of those cells. I don't know which one. I guess that means these cells are not doublers, because this cell sees all of them. So if I put something there, that would be bad. As far as I can tell, though, I could still put a doubler here and double the 3 up there. Oh, but now this cell, if I... Oh, no. Yeah, now this cell has to be my other high doubler for the grid. Because remember, that was what this whole coloring was all about. I'd completely forgotten. But I was marking off all the things that couldn't be the high doubler. So this is now the high doubler. So this is a 5, 7, or 8. And it's not a 5, we've said, because we need the other 5 hanging out over here. Okay, and so now these are all not doublers, which means that's the doubler. And this, remember, was the doubled 1. And so so now we needed the doubled 3, and so the doubled 3 is here. And so now this is the last doubler of this grid. Oops. And so that is my doubled 6. Okay, so this 7, 8 goes here just by Octoquadriduo or whatever. Because I need this 7, 8 to show up a second time in the grid, and that's the only cell it doesn't see, and it's not any of these. And so that's a 5. Okay, yeah, this is now just a 4. I could go ahead and fill in because now these are both legitimate digits. Okay, so we've got 4, 5, 6. Oh, so there's no 2 on this renban because if there were a 2, I would need a 3, but I don't have a real 3. I only have a fake 3. So that's an 8, which makes that a 7. And now we know that this is a 7 because there's an 8 in the box. Sven wasn't telling me, so I couldn't do the Sudoku. It was too hard. Okay, and so this isn't a 7. Okay, so I need... What do I need? Let's see. I've got 2 1s. I need 2 2s. I have 0 2s, so therefore that's a 2. Oh, and I need the other 8, which is what this cage is for. 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s. No, I've got the 6s, got the 7s, got the 8s. Wait. How did I screw this up? Oh, this is the other 2. There we go. I counted 2 2s, but I did not succeed. Okay, so that one is done. This is a 5 or an 8. Okay, so now, yeah, right. This can be doubled. It just can't be the doubled high digit. Right, one of these 2 is my last doubled high digit. So it is a 5 or an 8 as well. I don't have a great way to pencil mark that. Yeah, so we've got the 2 high ones are the 5 and the 8, and then we've got a double 2 and a double 4 in these lines. Somewhere. Just because those are the only digits that we have left. It's funny, we have a double 2 and a double 4. So we don't have an 8 anywhere on this, which means my 8s, well, one of them is in a high thing and the other is somewhere. And I do have just one regular 3 on here. One regular 6 for that matter. So I think this is going to end up being a 3-6, but I don't think I can prove it yet. Let's see, should I contemplate options for what happens if this is, in fact, a doubled 8? Because if this is a doubled 8, that's 16. If I'm adding to 23, that would mean I would need 7 more. And I couldn't use 8, -1. I'm not quite sure. Doubled 4, it would go with a 1, 2. see. I agree that this that's a good point. Okay, double 5 would require 13, and because 9 is gone and you can't use 5. Okay, David points out the one I was wrong about, which one was the more restricted. So if this is a double 5, it would go with 6, 7. Which is very interesting and feels like a place to go. I don't quite see what to do with it. Oh, the 2 on this line is doubled, so there's no 1 on it. Maybe that's the thing. Oh, maybe that's not true. Maybe the doubled 2 is down here. One of these renban has a doubled 2 on it and hence has no 1. Sure. There is a doubled 4 on here. It always goes with 6, 7. If 2 is doubled, oh, right, Paul. Okay, Paul Fly is right. It's because of where the 5s go. I can't double a 2 here. That's cute. Because if I double a 2 here, remember all the 5s in this puzzle are spoken for. One is on the big renban and one is in a doubler. So if I double a 2 down here, that's a value of 4. Where am I going? I can't go up, so I have to go down, but then I get to 3, 2. But I can't put a double 1 on this because the double 1's over there. So yeah, so I can't put a double 2 down here. So it's the double 4 that is down here. And so the double 4 has to go with a 7 and a 6. And so on this renban, we've got a doubled 4. Now we can't do, now David's point works. Because now I can't do the 5, 6, 7 combination, because the 5, 6, 7 combination rules both 6 and 7 off this renban, and it needs them. Because I can't remember get the 6 from doubled. So now this is an 8. So the other doubled digit is a 5. These two sum to 7. It's not 2, 5 because the other, oh no, sorry, it could be 2, 5 because just depending on the nature of it. This cell isn't a 5 because I know one of these two is a 5. Yeah, 1, 5 is doubled and the other's on the big renban. If this is a double 4, then that makes these a 1, 2 pair. Does that just break this black dot in half? Because if this is a 4, 1, 2, then I'm saying this black dot has to be 3, 6. Is that a problem? I don't think there's a problem with saying this black dot is 3, 6. Why do I know there's a normal 2 on the big renban? Oh, because it's length 7. And we've just argued you can't put a 1 on it, right? So yeah, so this has a doubled 2 that's up here, and a regular 2 that's somewhere. Oh, I could do doubled 2 regular 8. Uh, right. And so I can't make this the doubled 4 because of the because I need a 1-2, and I have 2 2s on this renban because I have the doubled 2 and the undoubled 2 because I can't use a doubled 1, right? So this in fact is not the doubled 1. This one is doubled, so that's the doubled 4. Ah, okay, so that's going to do a lot of damage up here because now this cell is doubled. Oops. And so it's the doubled 2 because we said that the doubled 2 is the other digit that's doubled. So let's fill in the rest of the digits. So that's not doubled, and that is a 5. Okay, so this can't be a 2, so it's got to be an 8. Okay, these two either need to be 1, 3. Well, there's no 2 in here. So there's always a 3, because these either sum to 5, in which case they're 2, 3. No, they just can't sum to 5 at all. Because if this is a 6, these need to sum to 5, and they can't be 1, 4, and they can't be 2, 3, because there's no 2 left in the box. So it's 7, and that's 6. These are 1, 3. Okay. There aren't that many spaces for a 5 on the big renban, it's worth noting. These can be 1, 6. Can't be 2, 5, or 3, 4. Oh, right. There's no place to put a 4 other than here. That's the point, because I can't put a 4 in the big renban. It would repeat the value 2. So that's a 4, and that's a 3. Very nice. Good spot to Matt Laffey there. Okay, 6 now needs to get placed on this renban, and it can only go there. Okay, now 5 can only go there. Now that's now the 1, because remember there's no 1 on the renban because there is an 8. So that's a 3 and a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a 7. Oh, right. I need my second 2, and then I need the 7. Very nice. Really liked that. That was a lovely little brain-bending piece there. The great setup. I really liked the interaction. Oops, I wasn't trying to draw a C in the grid. I really liked the interaction between the two grids and the way it sort of bounced back and forth. There are just a lot of really neat little aha moments in there. Very, very well put together. Okay, let's look at Cubon, the next of the series of Ubon octoquadris. So within the left Ubon grid, draw a totally connected loop network through the centers of some cells which may branch or turn, may not have any dead ends, a clue outside the grid, indicates how many times that corresponding shape shows up. So, for example, this 4 is saying that in the process of making this... oh, I need to turn the pen tool on again. In the process of making this, I need to put 4 of this shape piece in this row. In this row, there's only 1 line, but you can picture them as puzzle pieces, so the puzzle pieces can turn, so it could look like that. And if a cell is, or if it's unclued, then you don't know anything. If it is clued, then you can do it. So, for example, the 0 here means there really are no pluses in this column. which is probably going to have some impact over here, but there's no clue here, so I don't have any idea how many pluses there are in this area. Okay. In the U-bond grid, assign each line shape a digit from 1 to 4 as follows. Okay, so conveniently, it's the one I always use when I'm notating this, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. In the right octoquadri grid, place 8 of the digits from 1 to 9 twice each in the grid, such that no digit appears more than once for each row, column, or 2x2 region. Digits along a green German whisper must differ by at least 5. Digits along a blue renban must be consecutive. Is it a problem that there's no blue renban here? I have a slight feeling it's a problem that there's no blue renban here. Each cell in the octoquadri grid contains a 2x2 region of the U-bond grid. I mean, I don't think it's like uniquely mine. It just it's a pretty natural notation to use, but at least it's not different. Each cell corresponds to 2x2 digits in the octoquadri grid indicate the sum of U-bond digits in the corresponding U-bond grid. Okay. All right. I'm slightly concerned about the absence of a blue renban, but I want to contemplate where I can put my pluses in this row, keeping in mind that that cannot be a plusie. I'm saying the word plusie a lot. I can't make both of these pluses because of the sum here. Okay, good. We have confirmation that that is not a thing. So I can't make both of these pluses because if I do, then this box will sum to more than 9. So in the process of getting my 4, yeah, okay. So in my process of getting my 4, I get at most 3 here, so therefore this needs to be a plus, as do these 3. That, and that. So this is, and this is, and there's one more as of yet to be named, plus sign. And so my broad notation for these is to mark in green the cells that are done. Sudoku Pad and Opera have been having a complicated fight, so I don't have access to my usual Zeta Blue, so I'm going to be obligated to use this color blue for my marker, which just means there is track here. I don't know much about where the track is, but I know that there is track. Now, the minimum sum of this is already 4, 5, 6, 7. So this cell is a minimum of 7. Unfortunately, it happens to be not on a thing. This cell, though, its minimum sum, I guess, is 6. So I know that this is low. And so if this is going to be low, I guess that means there's no plus signs in it, but that's not super exciting. Oh, okay, yeah, this is just going to have to be a straight line, I think David is claiming, because otherwise math breaks. I don't know, maybe it could work if I do the T down. Because this could just be a 0. Keep in mind, not everything needs to be in there. I do agree with Matt Laffey. Whichever one of these two is a plus, it's definitely going to connect these two. Yeah, this is also going to be at least 6 because of the thing. So this is also going to be low. As 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess Paul Fly is doing the column 2 math. That is the equivalent of what we did over here, which was saying I can't put two crosses next to each other in a box, and so I need to get four crosses, so I have to put one per box. That was very nice telegraphing. This is how you tie something together, where you put like a nudge here to think about this, get someone to deduce the thing, and then they can use the thing over here. Like this would have been much more brutal if you had not had that sort of hint in the row. We've got that. Oops, like that. Okay, so now this is high. So now this is low. And now whichever of these is a four-way, these are definitely connected, and whichever of these is a four-way, these are definitely connected. I think the four-ways could be there and there and have these not connected, though. Maybe I could make an argument using this one that doesn't work. I don't think I can, though. So these are in, at least. Okay, so it's four highs already. Let's see, we get one straight in this row. We only get one straight in this row as well, which is quite a bit more restrictive. Yeah, it's true. This one's also going to be high because I know there's a four-way in it. Even though I haven't marked it, I know there's a four-way in it. And so it's going to have three tiles, one of which is a minimum of four. That's a good point from David. Okay, so now we've got at least three high digits in the puzzle because we've got five total high digits that we know about living here. Oh, right, and the same in column one, right. Same exact argument, because again, one of these is a plus, and so then there's three cells, so that is actually 7. So all the high digits are in the puzzle. And there's only one more high digit to place anywhere in the grid. Is quite interesting. It's going to be really hard for something like this to be 1, but it's just possible if I put a plus here and a plus here and then gray the rest of this. Which is, I think, plausible-ish. As best as I can tell. I think probably these are going to have to not connect. Because I think if they do connect, I'm going to end up having too many high digits that are too high. But I don't know that I want to do the calculation. Well, I know I don't want to do the calculation. I might eventually give up and do the calculation. But the fact that it pushes both of these up higher is concerning. Yeah, if this is in, like if this corner gets taken, then that's certainly at most, or certainly at least 7 all of a sudden. Well, I do have it labeled as being at least 6. Okay, yeah. This one, right, sorry, yeah. I agree with David. This one can't be 6. For the same reason this one couldn't be, which is that one of these is certainly at least 2, because it's either a straight or worse. Yeah, I agree with David. My one straight line in this column is kind of interesting. My 3 corners, so my 3 corners in this row means that there's at least one vertical T. Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry, I had not appreciated that. Yeah, so now, because this is actually a quadruple, I had forgotten about the whole it's a quadruple business. One of these actually is one. Uh, and so for one of these, it's just completely blank in its row. Uh, it's either this one or this one, which I guess lets me put an X exactly there in the most fiddly thing, because the turn is going to be below the X is what I am using here, uh, and so uh, I see Paul Fly gave me the X as well. Uh, okay, so I do have a couple clues about corners. Uh, uh, this row, I guess we got one straight. We know we've got two blanks at least. I'm trying to think about the consequences of these two blanks, or three blanks, as the case may be. Uh, okay, so for the cell above it, it's going to make this not a second four way, which I guess we already knew there weren't two four ways. Uh, if this is the one straight, then this is out of the grid. Uh, this one corner here is really. I'm trying to figure out, like, is that trying to tell me somehow that this isn't that one corner, because that would break something. Uh, but I can't quite see how it would break something. I do know one is in the puzzle for what it's worth. Uh, uh, and I also, I suppose, know there's at most one of all of these that has five or more, or sorry, has six or more points worth of things. Uh, so that's interesting as well. Uh, I guess this is telling me there's a lot of corners in column one, like more than two. So there's at least four, I think, corners in column one. I wonder if I'm supposed to combine the four corners in column one with this to get like a minimum. Well, I guess I know the sum in these columns, right? The sum is 30 for all the pieces that I use. Am I supposed to actually math this out? Uh, to get to 30. So let's see. We know there's four fours. That's 16. We know there's a 2. That's 18. I claim there's at least four corners. That's 22. I know there's at least 3 straights here. That's 28. And then I know there's at least 2 corners. That's 30. Okay, I think if I did that right, I think we actually have proven exactly what these two columns have to get to our sum of 30. Uh, which either is exactly what the cogito intended and he feels brilliant, or is not at all what he intended and he's like, oh God, Zeta, what are you doing? But I think if someone wants to double check the math, I think we have four corners. We definitely have. So if this math is right, we've got that. And so that's a 0. That's a 0. I'm going to have 3 of these. Oh, did I put too many straights there? I thought we needed one between each four-way. But no, we don't necessarily, right. There's one four-way that doesn't have any space between it. So I guess the minimum, if I write in the minimum, it's that. And so now that's not going to quite tally up. So that's going to be 16, 20, 22, 26, 28. We don't need straights in column 2, but the only alternative is to make them worse. Oh, right. We could actually, sorry, we could make these even, we could make these corners. Right. You're right. Okay, so I think we're not quite close enough to make this work. Yeah, we could have 4 corners, right, as far as we can tell. Let's see. All the straights have to get caught over here. So certainly this is at least 4. I can give a different proof. Let's see. We know what this looks like if this is a 6. Namely, both of these come out like this. Yeah, lots of people are claiming this thing isn't an 8. Yeah, 6 and 7, we can definitely visualize what they would look like. 9 probably involves putting a T there. Yeah, a T in 2 corners. Is it at least 6 corners in column 1? I'm not sure. So your point basically is one of these two has to be in. Because if neither of them is in, then we have a problem. Namely, we've got 2 6s in the column. Can these both be 1s? Is what I said about these not being able to be 6s, is that true of these two? Yes, it is. Yeah, these also can't be 6s, right? Oh, sorry, no, that's not true. Sorry, it's not true. It's not true because this could be an X here. As in, sorry, when I say this could be an X, what I mean is these could just be corners, in which case then this could be 6. What I was trying to convince myself of was, oh, maybe I should actually convince myself these can't both be 1, because if that was 1, it would look like that, and then maybe that was 1, it would maybe look like this. Maybe that was going to be a problem, and then there's going to be sort of a Sudoku disaster. But Sudoku disaster isn't quite a problem as far as I can see presently. This row, I know the sum has to be at least moderately large. So we've got a 4-way, that's 4, 3 corners, that's 7, at least 1 vertical T, that's 10. So this row needs to sum to at least 10. Actually, that's kind of small. The row needs to sum to more than 10. So we're going to need sort of either... Yeah, we're going to need to actually sort of spice this row up in order to get it up to the fact that the sum of this is going to be larger than that. Yeah, I'm willing to entertain the corner isn't 8 argument if someone can tell me what knowing the corner isn't 8 gets me. Uh, uh, these 4 unique digits, one of which is at least 6, sum to at least 10. It was quite a profound deduction. Uh, uh, okay. So Ron has a potential way in which it might be relevant that these can't be 8. Uh, which is that it means one of these two has to be 8. And so we can contemplate what the world looks like where we actually do get an 8 in one of these. So I would need, and if I wanted to make this correspond to an 8, I would need to do something like, yeah, so what do I do? I make, because I can't do 4, 2, 2. So I have to do 4, 3. 4, 3, 1. Right, 4, 3, 1. So I just make this a T is what I would do. And make this go over here. And just omit that. Because I can't do 4, 2, 1, 1. That's not possible. For at least for this cell. So yeah, so I would omit that cell. If it were this box that we're summing to 8, I would need to omit this cell. This would sneak over there, and this would sneak down. This cell can't be a 2 while there's 2 1s in the grid is what's wrong with it, Matt Laffey. Because if there's a 1, then it's one of these. Okay, so one of these is gone. At minimum, this number is 4. I want to do the math here again, because now we know that at minimum, that's a 1. At minimum, that's a 2. At minimum, so maybe our 30 math, actually, we can now do with the fact that we've got a 3-way in here. So we know there's at least 2 of these in these 3 spaces. There's at least 2 of these or something worse. So we've got those. Yeah, I definitely believe that we can't put 8 in the corner. I just don't. It's not the kind of thing I would pencil mark unless I had a good reason to contemplate it or use it. But I'm perfectly happy to use it in Ron's direction to say that we know that one of these is a T. Let's see, 16, 19, 23, 25, 29. Oh, but we actually, I think it's better than that because we actually know by an earlier Matt Laffey point, one of these 2 is in. And my 4 corners didn't count for that. Now I'm confused because now oh no, that is only one more corner. That is one more corner. Right, so that's 30. If I understand, wait. No, it can't be one more corner because you can't have 5 corners in the top row. Okay, I'm screwing something up here because you always have an even number of corners in the top row. Uh, but now I'm getting 31, and the sum of these numbers isn't 31. So something I have hypothecated here is wrong. Uh, uh, so yeah, I agree. It could be that there's a T up here instead of a corner, but that's still 2, right? Oh, I can't count again, is what Paul Fly is saying. Uh, in this row, how many things are there here that are not pluses? Yeah, that's the problem. Is that I keep trying to put more space than exists between my corners. It's exactly this, or in between my pluses. It's the same thing I did in this column, uh, where there's actually, once I put in the plus, there's only one thing left over here. Okay, but then once we make that calculation, uh, then now this is 2, 4, 7, 23, 27, except it's actually 29, because I can add either a branch, which would add 2, or 2 more corners, which would add 2, to take into account the fact that I need to grab one of these 2. Is what I'm actually proving that it's actually 2 T's? I think what I'm actually proving might be that it's 2 T's that are in this row. Because I don't think there's any other way that I can increase my minimum by 1. Uh, 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 so there are certainly at least 4 corners, but there could be 6 corners. Uh, 4, 7, 23. 27. It's not, though, Matt Laffey, what your it's not adding 3 to add a it would be adding 3 to add a single T, I guess. I was thinking of replacing one of these with a T adds 2. But I guess you're right, it could be. I think the math here works out perfectly. So I think it could be that, actually. Uh, So let's see. Well, that was the whole thing I was trying to figure out, Matt Laffey. Uh, yeah, I am with you. Uh, 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 sounds good, David. I still feel somewhat optimistic we'll finish this one, but we'll see. Uh, uh, so I think what Matt Laffey is slowly leading me towards is I know that the sum of these is even, and therefore I need an even number of odds. Now I know the odds are these. Uh, this I know is an even number. This could be even or odd. Uh, and then I just have these two to think about. Uh, uh, from the X in row 1, or sorry, the X in row 2, and one corner being used. Yeah, I agree. The 5 lines going up is what I was. That's what got me here. So it could be this, or it could be just 6 of these. Is also a reasonable option. And conveniently, 6 of these is actually cheaper. Yeah, one of these is a corner, and one of them is empty. Uh, am I supposed to just argue this can't go up? If it goes up, it looks exactly like that. Is this going to somehow be useful? Because if it goes up, it can't also go down. Uh, uh, because of the 0 up there. Uh, so that would be 9. Uh, it would force this to not be the 6, because this would get pushed that way. So this would become 7, or, well, it would become 7 exactly, actually, is what it would become. So this would extend down. Oh boy. So I think this cell is more restricted, basically, is the thing that I'm trying to contemplate. So if this goes up, we force everything, basically, because if this goes up, this becomes a 9, this becomes a 7, because it can't be a 9, because this was a 9. And then that's a 6, and that's an 8. Yeah, we know the 8s have to be 3, 4, 1. So we know the 8 has we know the 8 has a 1 here. That's where our 1t that we know has to exist comes from. We know it shunts a corner up here. The 8 going down here, I guess, could not be 3, 4, 1. It could be something else because we don't have as much information there. Oh, here's an interesting observation. The 8 doesn't have the 1 below it. I don't know that I've said this before. So the 8 is not next to the 6. Just because the 8 has 2 things going down from it. And so that destroys my ability to put a 1 in one of these cells. So I don't know exactly which way around it goes. But the 8 always has a 7 or a 9 next to it. Let me draw in the 8 for you, Jim, and maybe this will help my own sanity. The 8 looks like this. This is 3 plus 4 plus 1, and that cell's empty. And for this row, that's the only thing an 8 can look like, is this, or like the mirror of that. And notably, this T can't go up, because then I make it more than 8. But my point here was that makes that number at least 2 for sure. As far as I know, could be 2, but at least 2 for sure. Am I supposed to contemplate what that tells me about this? Like, maybe I'm supposed to visualize this a little bit better. I think the Cogito likes these, like, visualize a little further ahead kinds of things. Because, like, I need to keep this number under 4. So, for example, I could never make this a T. Or that would be too many, I think. Because I can't make this a T while simultaneously making this a 1 and those staying 0. But it seems to me like I could go... Oh, I can't even do 2, 2. But I could maybe do... Oh, horizontal T. Yeah, that's fair. Uh, I'm wondering if I'm trying to prove that just all of these cells have to be empty or the thing is broken. But I could just barely get away with that, annoyingly. And that does extend into the row below it, and it's 4. Uh, uh, the 8 up there can't be 4 straights. 8 can be 4 straights in other parts of the grid. But up here, Jim, we know that there's 4 crosses, so there's a plus in each of these things is what's happening. This is somehow worked out exactly like the other Ubon Octoquadri. Oh yeah. Totally understandable, Jim. Yeah, the coming into the middle. I'm impressed that you're coming into the middle of this puzzle and mostly following. Uh, so you're claiming I need to fill at least 6 cells in this row. Uh, yeah, I guess maybe we should construct a census of the ways to make 7 and the ways to make 9. And convince ourselves that I'm never getting to 7 or 9 with a blank. Do we believe that? Because that would be nice. That would tell me if it's not possible, because we've argued you need a blank for the 8 and you need a blank for the 6. If we can actually argue that it's impossible to make 7 or 9 with a blank, then that would be helpful. At least in row 1. Unfortunately, 4-2-1 seems to work just fine to make 7. Just make this a 4-way, that a 2-way, and then have the 1 lead out of the box seems perfectly fine to me. So I think you can very easily make 7 with a blank. 9 with a blank. You need a 3. Your 9 needs a 3. If you do it with a blank. Does 9 just always need a 3? Or can you do 9 without a 3? Maybe I haven't thought at all about what makes 9. Unfortunately, the fact that the 7 can have a blank already somewhat hurts us. But the 9 being able to have a blank might be useful for. I'm reading Paul Fly's comment. Uh, did I say something about a straight and a T, Jim? Uh, yeah, I don't understand Paul Fly's math here. Uh, but yeah, this was just me sort of thinking about some mins. This was not this is not real. Uh, uh, yeah, if we could do 2, 3, 4, and 0, that would be 9, but I don't think we can do 2, 3, 4, and 0. Uh, and we certainly can't do 4, 4, 1. So yeah, I think we can't do 9 with a blank. So I think we have 2 or 3 blanks. Uh, yeah, I'd like a nudge, Kajito. I think we're going way down, like bifurcating way more than you're intending. Because basically, since we did anything, we've just been bifurcating every possible direction. Uh, and I'm not sure if we're even thinking about the right combination. Like I feel like there's potential in this, but I'm still not quite there. Uh, 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 I would believe 6 in column 1, or I would believe 6 corners in row 1. Uh, Although 6 corners in row 1 would be really weird in terms of what I did to this. So yeah, there's between 2 and 3 empty cells in the first row. Uh, okay. So the thing I think we'd not appreciated is what does the straight do in column 1? And so just to draw it over here, we know we've got a plus. The straight has to be, well, the straight has to be horizontal. And so what is that total? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Isabella. I think that's 8 if I make this a corner. just by virtue of the fact that I need to put one of those somewhere, and it's got to go in one of these because of this clue. And I can't do anything but that. Yeah, that is 8. Over there. It's not with the corner. So this obviously isn't the 6. Could the thing next to it be a 6? Is the next question, I suppose. So that's a 4, a 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, but this doesn't have to go next. This could go towards the corner. This could go towards the corner. Yeah, this could just go towards the corner, and then it wouldn't have any impact at this at all. We still have that 6s have to look like that in some capacity. But the difference in this column is it could go like there, for example. And so I think what the cogito is trying to indicate is if I do that, then maybe I can't make the line, but I don't see why the line couldn't just go up there for the other one. Like, it feels to me like it could just go up to the corner and then it wouldn't matter. It's like, why couldn't I just draw the straight over down to here? Okay, let's go over the straight again. Okay, and the claim is that so there's an exit on both sides, and the 6 exits on neither side. Or sorry, the six exits twice. Okay, so the 6 exits twice on one side and 0 times on the other, and this side exits once on each side, so it can't go next to the 6. Okay, and if that straight can't go next to the 6 and has to go in one of these, that means neither of these is the 6. Okay. Oh, Paulfly has broken or has said this isn't true. Because you could make the 8 a 9, right? It's not, because it doesn't have to be an 8. That was just the minimum. Because we have that, but we could do that if we make this a 9. And so then maybe that can go next to a 6. And then the 6 can still go in the middle. But the point is, if I actually did make one of these a 6, right? Okay, so Paul Fly has the nice way to say it. If I do make one of these the 6, then there's no connections between these. And there definitely is at least one connection over here. So I think the argument, it's nastier, but it still works to argue that these can't be 6. Uh, okay, so what do we do with that? So the thing I wanted to do really early in the puzzle was argue that these couldn't both be 6. Uh, but I couldn't actually find any evidence that these both being 6 was a problem, unfortunately. At least at the time. Uh, uh, but we do again know that we've got sort of in this column, we've got one empty cell. Uh, from the 6. Uh, uh, boy, this is really you want us to really bash this hard. Uh, Usually the Cogito puzzles are not very bashy, but the Cogito wants us to be very bashy on this puzzle. Uh, so what are the other options if we're now in this world where we don't have to connect those two? So if this doesn't connect, uh, then I guess the question the Cogito wants us to answer is, can we possibly visit this cell? Uh, but I think we did say 421 isn't enough, but 4112 works. Yeah, 4112 works. That one definitely works. Uh, 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 I don't think 1124 is geometrically possible, and I don't think 422 is geometrically possible. So now you can tie this all together. Can I? Uh, okay, so you basically want me to say that there's two ways to make 8, and they're that way, and the other one is that way. Uh, both of those connect both ways. Was that true? Yeah, both of those connect both left and right. So the 8 is not next to the 6, is, I guess, the conclusion. Uh, no, that's not quite right. No, that's not right. Because we know that the 1 is in the 8 or the 9. Uh, oh, Lord. Uh, Oh, that's so disgusting. Uh, so so if these are sixes, but I don't think the claim about sixes not being able to go next to eights was correct, was it? Wasn't that a lie? I think that was a lie. Because the six will connect this way. Uh, uh, so like if this is a six, assuredly I can draw an eight next to it here, right? Uh, like that's not the claim, I don't think. Have two paths leading towards the middle. What does the middle of the box even mean? Uh, I don't even know what the phrase "the middle of the box" means in this context. Uh, it's the middle of the grid. Ah, right. And the six here, right. Okay, yeah. And then so earlier we proved that if this is the six, right. Okay, we did prove earlier that the six and eight don't go next to each other. We did actually make this observation that at least up here, that's what happened. But it's also true down here because of the other option. Uh, okay, so yeah, having sort of conclusively sort of argued about all of this, the point is that if both of these are six, then both of these are eight, and that breaks Sudoku. Uh, okay. I'm sorry, I hate it. But anyway, that means that this is the six. So this is the six. This is the one. We can go here. And make these green. Make those blue. Now, why did I argue that this had to have a bunch of gray in it? I don't even remember anymore. Oh, right, because of the German whisper. Right. There's only one thing in here. And it's got to go here, basically, I think, because otherwise, basically, if this is the one and if this is the four, we know one of the. Basically, it's the same argument with the sixes that we just made. We know that one of these two is in, and we know that one of these two is in, but we also know that one total is in, and so therefore it's this one. And we can draw our thing like that. Okay, so we know that's done. We know one of these two is a four-way, and it's not that one, so it's this one. And likewise, we know one of these two is a four-way, and it's not that one, so it's that one. Okay. So I think this can't be the 8, or this can't have the vertical line anymore. If this has the vertical line, then it's 2, 2, 3, 4, and that's too many. So this isn't the 8. So therefore this is the 8. This isn't the 8 because we said 8 can't go next to 1 or next to 6 anyway. Oh yeah, this is the 8. These aren't 1. Okay, this 8 had to have a T and it had to point downward. So I think that forces that. That is blue. That is blue. Oh, and this is now definitely a corner. So we get that. These two are done. So this is now 7, but I could make it a 9 if I wanted. If this connects right, then I've now got 4, 3, 2, 2 at a minimum, which is too many. So it doesn't. And so this goes down like that. Okay, and so now this can be mathed. This is now 9. Okay, I was right about the claim that there ultimately had to be 2 T's in this row or it wasn't going to work. Okay, and so now this is the 7, which means it's done. Okay, there's one vertical here, and it's not this one. I think we've argued that this can't be... Oh, maybe this could be vertical. No, sorry, this could be vertical. This has just got to be out, right? This assuredly doesn't extend down. Oh, I could do 3 corners. Or I could do a straight in a corner. Either works. Yeah, I think if you wrote up a solution guide to this puzzle, you would find that you needed to prove about 8 different lemmas and put them together in order to prove the main theorem of the break-in, which is, I feel, probably more than a bit excessive. I really liked what I thought was the break-in, but then I didn't like that the break-in kept going. Oh yeah, this certainly doesn't go down. I can at least do that. This one is done regardless. Like the math part at the beginning was very nice. This is definitely a 2, by the way. And we know what a 2 looks like. Yeah, the 2 looks like that. This isn't a 6. Oh, this is a 9, in fact. So yeah, we don't know what this looks like because there's 2 possibilities. I do like the at least the adding the things. I think has a lot of potential. Like I think there's a lot of I think there's a lot more potential with this than there is with the Ubon skyscraper one. I'll definitely say that much. But I think this idea of adding these things and talking about it does lead to some potentially interesting stuff. Although, as always with these kinds of things, then one has to be careful that one's not depending on weird case checky arguments, which is the sort of problem that you can run into with anything that involves adding a bunch of different things. Oh, this is in because otherwise we are not getting to 9, and this is a 9. Okay, so that's 4 and 1 is 5. And 1 and 1 is 7. So yeah, so one of those is a T. We've got the only corner in this column now because it's there. Right. Did we prove the straight had to take this? No, it could go down. Right. It could go down. What are my digits left? Okay, I've got both my nines, both my sevens. I still need a 6. I do need another 1. And it's not here. It's not there. It's not there. I don't know that I can quite sheer force of will argue where the 1 is, though. Yeah, I mean, we know that the 8 is here. We've already placed the 8. Oh, you're saying I could draw in the lines because we proved that? That is fair. I'm willing to do that. Okay, I know one of these sides at least has to connect down. Well, we know the straight is in one of these two. I don't think we know which one. Maybe I have to draw it again. Yeah, it could go either way. Oh, wait, no. It's because of this X. It's this X that I need to place. And so that X is there, is what is being claimed. So that means that this looks like that. So this is the 4-way. Okay, and now the only place for the straight is there. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need a T to get to 8. Okay. And so now the 9 is done, right? 4, 7, yeah. Oh, you're right. I did screw this up somehow. What shouldn't be connected? Oh, I just didn't. I just, when I did this calculation, I just calculated this wrong. This is 7, 8. It's already at 8. I see. Okay, so we've still got a straight line here. And it's interesting. So this is a classic U-Bahn. That means one of these is out. Because if I put both of them in and one of them is a straight line, they're both straight lines. So I can draw a little X there. And I know that this line has a 2 and a 0. And so then my options here are that this is a 2 and a 0 and another 2, or 2, 1. So it's always a 4, funnily enough. both ways because it's either a straight or two corners and then a straight. So we've got that. Okay. I don't think that's interesting yet. Oh yeah, we can orange these. Uh, I'm usually less aggressive about my oranging when a column or row is entirely green, but it counts as progress. Okay, this is 2, 3, or 4. So if this is in its... Oh, this just can't be in. Because if this is in, it's straight by that statement. And that's already too many because that's 2 plus 2 plus 1. So this is just out. We had a U-Bahn step. I think that might be the first U-Bahn step in the 2 U-Bahn octoquadris I've done. Okay. So this certainly can't extend that way. Because if it does, we've already blown the total. So at the very least, this does not go that way. And therefore, this is out, because if it was in, it would be a corner. Okay, so this is either a 2 or a 4, based on whether this is a T or not. If these are... If... See, I'm certainly not making this an 8 with 4 2s. Trying to decide if I make this, if I put this in, if that's going to cause immediate disaster. But I don't think so. It might be the other 6. I think I could still make this if I tried. I'm not sure. Let's see. Paul Fly says these can't connect because if they connect, then they both become T's. And now it's too big because now it's at least 8 and we've used all our 8s and 9s. I agree with that. See, that kind of that bounce back and forth, like that's why I really think, like I actually really think both this and the other U-Bahn octoquadri, I think both of them have a lot of potential. Like that kind of, oh, if you connect these, then you overflow your thing. Like that kind of stuff, I think, where it's sort of really melding the two. I think that these do really have a lot of potential. Let's see. So these don't both go right. And ergo, these need to oh, no, because this one could connect up. I thought I had you there, but I did not. Let's see. I thought I was going to say these always had to be connected, but I don't think these always have to be connected. Okay, so we've got ones, twos. We still need another two. We still need another four. We need either 0 or 2 fives or 0 or 2 threes. So this has to be a 3 or a 5. That's the point, because we have no threes and no fives as of yet. So this box needs to be a 3 or a 5 is the point, because we need one of them in. Okay, that's very nice. Okay, so so it can't be that these just connect and life goes on. And so if they can't just connect and life goes on, then I guess that means one of these has to be a 2. And as soon as one of these is a 2, this is definitely a 5, right? Yeah, because if I don't enter either of these, then I can either connect these two and make it a 2, or I can connect that and this and make it a 4. But those are not 3 or 5, fun fact. And so one of these has to be in. That one's a 2 plus a minimum of 2. We're already at the fact that this has to be a 5. And so there's a 2 in plus. So this is 2 plus 2 plus 1 is what this has to be. Okay, and so if this goes right, that's the problem. Because if this goes right, aka if this is in, now that's a 2, that's at least a 2, that's at least a 1, but you can't make them a 2, and a 1 because this needs to go somewhere. So it's this one that's in, this one's out. Oops, sorry, I said that and then I hit the wrong one. That one's out. This one is in. This needs to go up in order that this be 1, 2, 2, 2, or sorry, 1, 2, 2. And now all of this is done. Okay, that's 2 of our corners now. One of these two has to be a 5. And I do still need to have a 1 in the grid somewhere. Oh, I can now math that this is a 4. Very nice. Okay, so one of these is now a 2 because we need a second 2. One of these is a 5. And we still need a 1, and we still need a 6. Okay, so the 2 is either going to be... Well, the 2 is going to have to be 2 corners because I can't fit a single straight into a piece. That is not an option. Oh yeah, this cell is 1 or 6. Thank you from Paul Fly. Just based on the fact that we need all of these digits, and this one can't be either of those. So this is a 1 or a 6, and it's not a 1 because that would not work. So this is a 6. Okay, and so one of these is a 1. So these are 1, 2, 5. Okay. Is that one? Yeah, if that's unused, then we're obligated to make this a straight end corner, which would be 5. Which does not work. Oh, this one's not the 5. And that one's not the 2, I guess. So this is a 1 or a 5. It feels like 5 might be a little tricky with the, let's see. Oh no, I could do a corner and two straights again. That would be okay, I think. Uh, but I might have a clue somewhere that might tell me something. Uh, This isn't in by the row clue. Oh, right, because this is a 1 or a 2. There we go. Yeah, so this is a 1 or a 2. So yeah, I definitely am not putting that in. I don't have 3 corners yet, though, right? Uh, uh, oh, right. But if this was in, these would both be corners, is what you're saying, and that would be 4 corners. Got it. So this we know is a corner, regardless of what happens. So that's in. Okay, we do need to get to 6 here, which is a lot. And I don't use any 4s in my getting to my 6. There is a vertical T in one of these pile of cells. But I don't quite see what to do with that yet. This is not a T, because it would be 3, and then I need a 1, 1, 1, and I can't do that, right? Because I can't make, if both of these are in, only one of them can be a 1, is the point, because of that. So if both of these are in, only one of them can be a 1, so they'd sum to at least 3, so this couldn't be a 3. So, yeah, so this is a 1 or a 2. Don't think I know which one. Let's see. If this was a 1, it would have to look like that. Does that work? I mean, I could pretty easily see how I could make that a 5 and that a 2. Okay, I think it does work if this is the 1. At least to a plausibility thing. I think I could just omit these cells, and I think I could make this all fine. So I think I found a solution. Unless you can't make the 6 work, but that would be insane. Oh, maybe you can't make the 6 work because of the fact that only one of these things gets to be a corner. The other is a T. So there's a 3. Okay, so I guess the point is because because this horizontal strip needs to end, only one end can be a corner. The other end has to be a T. So either that's a T or that's a T. because that can't be a T because it would total to too much. If this was a T, it would look like that. And would be 3, 1, 2. If this was a T, I think it's got a gazillion options. I mean, renban are the best. The Cogito is correct about this. I can confirm. Okay, I'm mentally trying all the 3 ways here, and some of them don't work. I can verify, but I don't know that I really want to exhaust over all of them. Let's see. Boy, I wish there was a clue here or something. Yeah, this clue is kind of useless. It's basically just telling me about what happens here. Are you claiming, Paul Fly, that if I sort of draw in this U, I can brute force that I can't get to 6? I can get to too many or something? I feel like I see a way to make it 3, 2, 1. And you're claiming that breaks the rest of the grid? It's very believable that this breaks the rest of the grid. Oh, that doesn't work because of this. Oh, okay, right. The right, row 7. I suppose it's worth noting. We know this is a corner. We just don't know which way it corners. But I think Paul Fly wants me to say that if it corners this way, we now know this is a T of some sort, and it had better be the vertical T that ends this, or we've got a problem. So this is a minimum of 3. And had better go like that. And now this is also going to have to be a 3, or other assorted nonsense is going to happen, and all of it makes this total to more than 6. I wouldn't want to try and make that into a rigorous logical argument, but I think I believe it. So I think that if we believe that, then we get this. Like that. Okay, so now this is 2. Okay, so it had better come down this way if this is going to be 2. Otherwise, we're going to run into real problems. So there are my 2 corners. Okay, this is just out. Yeah, this worked. Okay. Okay, this 5 did not look like I thought the 5 was going to look. This could still be out, funnily enough. So yeah, we've got to figure out the 5 and the 6 somehow. We know one of these is a vertical T. Can I rule out that this is the vertical T? No. So one of these is a vertical T at least. I think actually either works as far as the 6 is concerned. But yeah, the 5 is probably going to need something. So like if this cell is out, then that cell is out. And I'm definitely not getting to 5. So this cell's definitely in. If this cell is out, then I can do 1, 1, 3 and it'll be okay. If this cell is out, is that a problem for the 5? That would give me a 1 and a 1 over there. Into 2 up here at minimum. 1, 1, 2. I need to make that another 1. So that was 1, 1, 2, 1. Oh, but it can't be. It can't be. This can't be out. If this is out at a minimum, yeah, if this is out at a minimum, you get 2 corners here, but these are both already straights. That's too many. So this is in. See, if this is in, it's a little muddier, but if this is in, it doesn't work because then this is at a minimum a straight and a turn, and so I would need to make both of these turns, and I can't. Because if I make this one a turn, it makes that one a straight. Okay. This was in, we said, so we know it does that. And now this is all done because that is 5. Okay, and now I've got to get to 6. And I think it works if I connect this across. If I don't connect this across... Oh, sorry. This is not a corner. So it definitely continues forward. It can't go only down. That is the first thing I'm supposed to say. And this isn't a corner either, so it goes down. And now we are at 6. Good Lord. It was only 100 minutes, but it felt like a lot more than that. But we successfully got there. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential, but I think it's the sort of thing where extreme care is needed. Although it's the kind of thing where, like, if this genre or some variation of it took off, then I could see it being the case that, like, maybe there's a few things that you learn, like 8s always do whatever, or 3s on the border always do whatever. Like if a genre becomes standard, then you get some of the like case checking things become sort of standardized, and then you get to sort of use them. And I could imagine maybe there's a finite enough list of such things that one could make that work. But yeah, that is the end of the submissions for the Octoquadri challenge. So maybe we'll have another challenge at some point before 2 years from now. We'll see. It had been a while before this one, but I will try and have another one soon. But I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back shortly with another puzzle of some sort. So see you all in just a moment. Alrighty, welcome back. We are going to do this Nabner anti-quad puzzle by Naverio. Okay, now I will say there was a previous anti-quad puzzle by Naverio that was the rare Naverio puzzle that I very, very much disliked. So I was just not going to do this one. However, I've had multiple people tell me that they thought I would like this one. So if I don't like it, I just want to say it's not Navario's fault. But I suspect, based on the amount of people who've said, "Oh, hey, this one I think will be more your speed." Let's give it a go. So we have normal Sudoku rules. We have Nabners, so those are these yellow lines. That digits along a Nabner can't repeat and they can't be consecutive. So they're sort of like anti-renban. See, the R at the end is supposed to be capital. And then we have anti-quads. So these are digits that don't appear anywhere within this 2x2. And so, for example, the 6 and 7 in this box can't go together on this Nabner. So this digit is a 6 or a 7, is the first thing that I see. Now, the 7 in this box can't go here. There's no way there's a 7 on here. So the 7 definitely goes over here. If this was a 6, the 5 would also go over here, but that's maybe not super useful immediately. Let's see. Yes, the 7 looks right. That would be a smart thing to see, yes. So we get our 6y dance. Boop, boop, boop. Wop, 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 wop. Boop, boop, boop. Wop, 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 wop. Boop, 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 boop. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. So now the 5 really can't go here, and so this is a 5-7 pair. Okay, so that means that these I'm just going to fill in because they can't be that many things. Because they can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. So they're from 1, 2, 3, 9. That one's not 2. Good night, Daniel. I've only had even dances so far. Oh no. Yeah, the 7 in box 2 now goes on this Nabner. I agree. So now the 8 in this box, I guess, now is in this column, right? By that. Welcome back, David. Glad I got to do another puzzle for you. Yes, in box 5, the 7 is now pushed onto here. That's very nice. And so down here, the 7's down here, which is less nice, but we'll take it. Unless these are exactly 1, 3, we do need a 9 in one of these two. The 6 in this box goes here, right? Exactly. It can't go on the Nabner here, can't go on the anti-quad, and so I think the 6 goes exactly there. Sadly, the 5 and 7 being ruled out of these cells are not super useful, since we already have a 5-7 pair looking at it. And we get to bounce the same. We get to bounce 8 now through this box because 8 now can't go here. This is very cute. So the 8 now ends up over here, and so then the 8 ends up down there. Okay, so now the 9 in box 6 now actually does have to go out this way because the 9 is now ruled off of this. So now there's a 9 going this way. So these are 1, 3 because they have to stay apart. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I guess I probably should have corner marked this 2 immediately. But instead of that, I didn't, which was also an option that was available to me. Let's see. Let's see. What about anything else? Okay, so Paul Fly suggests full candidate marking this Nabner. So it doesn't have 7, 8, or 9 because, well, sorry, it has 8. It doesn't have 7 or 9, and it doesn't have a 6. And so it needs to have 4 digits out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. And so the only way it works is if it's 1, 3, 5, and 8. I agree, and the 8's over there. And the 3 isn't there. I can also confirm. So these digits aren't 3 for what it's worth. If they want to be 3, they can't. 6 in box 8 is over here. Nope, sorry. 6 in box 8 is here. Thank you. I'll even get it right on the second try because the 6 is looking down, and the fact that 6 can't join 7 here. Let's see. These aren't 2 or 4. And yet I still want to put a 2 and a 4 in this column. Is interesting. Because there's a lot of pressure on 2s and 4s to perform at their best in this puzzle. Okay. Yeah, I guess I could have immediately filled in that these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That seems like the kind of thing that maybe I should do. I think that's probably going to mean there has to be a 9 on this Nabner. No, maybe not. If there's no 9, then this is going to need a 1, 3, and a 5. Oh, this can't have a 1, 3, 5 because of this nonsense going on, right? If I try and put 1, 3, and 5 on this renban, or sorry, on this Nabner, I can only put one of them in this box, and that is not enough. And so the point is, if I don't use 9 on this Nabner, I absolutely need to use 1, 3, and 5 because just of the digits available. And well, that doesn't work. So there needs to be a 9 here. Now, funnily enough, I thought that was about these cells. It's not about these cells at all. It's entirely about this box. So we know there's a 9, and so the 9 is now joining the 8 over here via anti-quad magic. Okay. Okay, so on here, we have an 8 or a 9, just by force even. Oh, I can even put... oh, sorry, you're right. It could have been there. The 9 could go here. I just missed a thing. I can turn on row column labels, by the way. We're having some issues with web browsers, which is why everything is sort of out of whack. No 3s or 5s in... Oh, I guess only in there. Yeah, I was hoping these would be likewise restricted, but I don't think they are. If this isn't an 8 or a 9, then this is an 8 or a 9. Just looking by the row. Oh, sorry. No, that's not true. Sorry, this is not a regular quad. This is an anti-quad. I love this 4-8, by the way. It's just the most insulting clue that I've ever seen. Let's see. Am I meant to ask myself if I can really... Am I supposed to ask myself if I can get away with no 2, or if I can get away with a 2? I'm not sure. Yeah, if there's no 5 here, then we've got a 1, 3, 8 triple in this box, which seems ominous, but is maybe possible. I'm going to at least pencil mark this cell. I think this can only be 3, 4, 8, or 9. Sadly, the 5, 7 across there is no help, as previously observed. So this, if there's no 9 on this Nabner, it's also 1, 3, 5, 7. Is there a problem with this Nabner being 1, 3, 5, 7? It's tight, but I don't see why it doesn't work. It would get me a quintuple in this column. It would make these a 2, 4. Oh, it would make... No, that doesn't work. Let's see. So this Nabner, I have to choose these digits from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7, 8, and 9. Sorry, 8 and 9. So I need 2 digits out of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 8, and 9. And so if I need 2 digits out of these, then David has correctly identified I need 2 of 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can't use 1 and 3, so I need to use the 4. Very good spotting. Because of that. Yeah, that was a very good spot. So now the 4... Oh, actually, the 4 is just placed. But also it gives me a corner marked 4 in this box. Now, how useful that 4 is, that is so useful. Yeah, so now it's not a 3, and now there's no 3 on it. Now it's a 1 or a 2. That 4 looks across here into the 9 antiquad. Yeah, the 4 antiquad was a good reason to look at that. Trying to see if I could say anything about 4 in this row or anything like that, but I don't think so. Okay, so these are certainly not 3, 4, 5 at the very least, and they're not 2 either, actually. So these are, if I want to be a little gratuitous, these are from 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they kind of want to both be from 6, 7, 8, 9 if they're not 1s. If they are 1s, it's quite specific because it has a cascading impact on the column. Let's see. Got a lot of odd digits in this column for a column that only has 2 digits filled in. Like, that's like the maximum number of odd digits that you could have in this column at this point. And yet these can't be even. If these are a 1-3 pair, these would have to be at least 5. Is interesting-ish. Oh, the 2 in this box is over here. Oh, it's either there or there. So it's either over here or it's there exactly. Now, putting a 2 here seems actually quite nice because I have to put a 1 and a 3 in this column. And, well, I might as well put them with on an Abner with a 2. Yeah, we've got rid of the 6, 7, and the 8. So this digit's actually pretty low. This actually is maybe worth pencil marking. Oh, unless it's a 9. It could be exactly a 9. Certainly need a 6, 7, or an 8 on this napper to make it work. There we go. There we go. Okay, so Paul Fly has spotted that in column 6, these can't be 2 or 4. So there is a 2 or a 4 on this. And if there's a 2 or a 4 on this, that means it needs a 9, because if it has no 9, then it's forced to be 7, 1, 3, 5, notably none of which are 2 or 4. So that means that there is a 9 going horizontally here. So those aren't 9. Oh, and this isn't 9 either, because we've already marked the 9 on this one. So that's a 9. So that's not 9. That really is truly low. now we can mark 9 in box 3 over here, knock it off of this. Okay, so now this doesn't have a 9 anymore. Unless this has a 1, it's exactly 2, 4, 6, 8. And the 1 would have to go there. But I don't see an immediate reason why it can't be 2, 4, 6, 8. But could be. Row 1, 2, column 6. That's true. We can mark these as 2, 4, 7, Paul Fly points out, which is a very good spot because we know that there's a 2 or a 4 up there. I guess it also means this is a 2 or a 4, right? I could have said... I noticed that before, but I got distracted. Where's the other 2 or 4 in this column going? It's there, yeah. So there's no 3 here. No 3 there. Could be a 3 here as far as I know. Let's see. Pastrami on Rye says, by the way, hi, Pastrami on Rye. I would eat one of those right now. 7 in column 3. Not you. I wouldn't eat you. The 7 in column 3 is in box 7, has been pointed out. Yes, that's true. So therefore, this isn't a 7. Let's see. Okay, the 3 can't go here because we know there's a 2 or a 4 on this. So the 3 isn't here. And so the 3 in this row is over here somewhere. Which is very spicy. So I guess that leaves 2 spots for a 3 in this column. So this is 1, 2, 4, or 5, just by looking at what it sees. It sees 6, 7, 8, 9. We've just argued it's not a 3, owing to the 2 or 4. Oh, the row actually tells us it's not a 5 even, so it's down to 1, 2, or 4. Okay, so here are 3 of 1, 2, 4, and 5. One of these is a 1 or a 3. I don't know if I'm supposed to do something with that. Unknown. This is another one of these that could be 2, 4, 6, 8 if it tries to be. 8, 9. Good spot, good spot. Okay, so what Paul Fly is observing is that I can't have both a 1 and a 3 on this Nabner because this can't be 1 or 3, and sorry, it's only if this is a 3 that it doesn't work. If this is a 3, then I don't have a spot for the 1 I would also need, because I need 1 of 1, 2, 1 of 3, 4, and 1 of 7, 8 on this Nabner. So that doesn't work. So this is, I guess, 2, 4, 8, or 9. I know it's not a 9. This has got a 9 looking at it. This is only a 2, 4, or 8. Oh, it's not a 4 either, because it's got a 4 looking at it crossways, thanks to David's earlier point. So this is only a 2 or an 8. Yeah, so one of these two is a 1 or a 2. Yeah, this Nabner now also doesn't have a 9. I had not noticed that, but right, the pastrami on right points out this Nabner now doesn't have a 9. So it also needs 1 of 1, 2, 1 of 3, 4, 1 of 5, 6, and 1 of 7, 8. So if it had a 5 on it, or even a 3, actually. If this has a 3 or a 5 on it, actually, both of them break these pencil marks. Because as soon as it's got a 5, because of that, it cascades and gives me 5, 3, 1. But even a 3 would still give me 3 digits from here. So now if I sort of go crazy on this pencil mark, it doesn't have a 3 or a 5. It doesn't have a 9. These aren't 2 or 4. So these are from 1, 6, 7, 8. This one has a little bit more flexibility. One of these is the one from 3, 4. The one from 3, 4 is just a 4, is what we have learned. Because we have learned some way or another that this wasn't 3. Oh, yeah, because of the column. So actually, this Nabner definitely has a 4 on it. And so, therefore, it definitely has a 6. And therefore, it definitely has an 8. And the 8 looks up over here. So, yeah, the 6 rules out 7, which forces an 8. So this is a 1 or a 2. And then the rest of the evens. And so anyway, the 8 looks up, making that a 2. Making that the 3. I was hoping that would do more, I'll be honest. Noting that that's a 1-5 pair. Now these aren't 1 or 5, they're 3, 8. I'm glad I remembered to do that. Okay, so now there just needs to be a 4 on this Nabner. Because we need a digit between, well, we need a 3 or a 4, and it can only be a 4, I guess is one way to say it. So this digit isn't a 4. And so if that's now a 1 or a 2, now that can't be a 2, so it's a 7, and that can't be a 2, so it's a 4. And so now that's a 2, which rules 1 out of all of these. It gives me a 6, 8 pair and a 4. There's a pair up here, which is a 7 and a 9, and it's resolved, actually. Okay. This is also 4, 8. Yeah, that's true. Oops, 4, 8, 4, 8. So we can knock the 8 off of here. That knocks a 1 and a 2 out of this cell, because you can't have 2 1 2s on one of these Nabner thingies. Let's see. These are a pair that consist of a 1 and a 5, I want to say. Uh, let's see. This is now a 1. Thank you, Paul Fly, for your persistence. Because of the 3-8 pair. Okay, we know that these have a 7 and a 9, and then some other stuff. Oh, there's a 6-8 pair here, so this digit isn't 6 or 8, which is not the most exciting deduction that I've ever made, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because why not? 1, 2, 8, 9. This is going to be happy regardless of how it works out. Yeah, so if this doesn't have a 1 or a 2, then it's 3, 5, 7, 9. It's possible, I think. Oh, there just isn't a 1 on this. But there is a 4 on it, points out Pastrami on Rye, which is very good. Yeah, so the just by Sudoku, 1 is ruled off of it because of that 1-5 pair. However, by Sudoku, 4 is ruled onto it. I might as well... I guess I don't have a great way to notate it, but there's a 4 on it. So therefore, there's not a 3 or a 5 on it. And so therefore, these are a 3-5 pair because I need them somewhere in the column. And so if those are a 3-5 pair, then this is now a 1 by Sudoku. So that's a 2, and these are a 1-8 pair, or sorry, a 2-8 pair now. Oh, and that has placed a 2 over here. Okay, and so now we just know the contents of this, which I might as well fill in, which is that it is 2... Oh, well, we know where the 2 is, apparently. Apparently the 2 is there. We've got a 7 and a 9 and a 4. There we go. That one's not a 4 because there's a 4 looking over at it. That one's not a 7 because there's a 7 in the box. This one's not a 9 because there's a 9 looking over at it. So this one just is a 7. So that is a 4 or a 9. Oh, the 3 in this box is placed. That just is a 3 because it can't go on that anymore. I'm really enjoying this one, actually. The recommenders were right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is what's left in this column. These aren't 5. These are from 4, 7, 9. I don't know why I filled those in. It doesn't seem like it had any chance of doing anything. But I did it anyway, apparently. We do know that this is a 5 now, I guess. Just because we've got our sort of aligning 5s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are an 8, 9 pair over here. The 3 rules out a lot of digits they already knew weren't on the Nabner. I also noticed that and was also very sad about it. Yeah, so now where does the 5 go? In column 3, Pastrami on Rye asks, and so the 5 now has to go there. So that's not a 6. We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, there's a 7 corner marked on this, so there's probably unlikely to be an 8 to go with it. Let's see. This is the other 6, 8 in this row, Paul Fly points out, because We got a 6-8 pair down here, and this is the only other cell that can be 6 or 8. So that places 7 uniquely in box 4, which is wild. Good spotting to Paul Fly there. 7, 7, 7. Monica from Friends moment. 8 in box 4. I agree is now forced to be over here, which makes that a 9. Thank you, Sean. Welcome, by the way, Sean. So these are a 1, 7. Okay, what can these be? They probably have to have a 1, because then they don't have 2, 3, 4, 5. These could be 6. They can't be 7. They can't be 8, and they could be 9. Do I know they're not 6 for sure? Yes, these are a 1-9 hidden pair. I see. There's a 1-9 hidden pair. I should have said, okay, I should have pencil marked this column is what I should have done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are a 6-8 pair for the column. Okay, so this is a 6, by the way, because 9 is next to 8. So that's an 8 and a 6 and an 8 and a 6. Okay, that's a lot of 6s, a lot of 8s. Not enough of them, but a lot of them. 1 is over here somewhere. I see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we've got a 7 is also over here. So these are a 1-7 pair. So these are an 8-9 pair again. Sure are, and I know the order this time. Just to finish out the row. Let's finish out this box now. There's a 3 in here somewhere. It looks like a 4 as well. And David points out I know where the 4 goes. Let's see. This is a pair of something and something. In fact, actually, I seem to have my mark button. Let's have Mark fill in these. Okay, so those are a 1-8. So these are a 3-6 is what I have learned. I probably need to like just grab this and just bite the bullet and fill it in. Good. I'm glad I did that. It'll look better if I take those off. Marginally, very, very marginally better, we'll say. We'll fill in these as well. Okay, so this one's definitely odd. Oh, these aren't 1 or 7 either. So this is 3, 5, or 9. For what it is worth. These aren't 8 at the very least. Yeah, if this is a 3, it makes these a 6-7 pair. Pastrami on Rye points out. Very good. I should not put a 6-7 pair on my Nabner. This is not a 1 or a 2. I see. There we go. I missed the anti-quad. So this is a 3, 5, 6. Now we go. So this is not a 5 or a 6. This is a 1 or a 2. So this is the 3 for box 9. Rules 3 off of here. So now this can't be a 5 either, because now if this is a 5, these are a 7-0 pair. So we shouldn't do that. 7, 9, 5, 1. Okay. There's definitely a 4 in here somewhere. 5, 1. Oh, seems like this is a 4 all of a sudden. That's a 5, unless I screwed up some typing. Okay, that's a 6 or a 7, so that's never a 6. That is my 4. These are not 9. This isn't a 3 by anti-quad. I saw the anti-quad that time. 8, 5, 2, 8, 3, 6, 1. 8, 6, 3, 8, 2, and 5. Ba-ba-ba-da! Very nice. I really liked that. Very smooth. Let's see. Let's do another puzzle of some sort. It is going to be a mid-loop star battle. Okay, so this is by Good City. This might be Good City's first appearance, actually. Place stars into some cells so that there are 2 stars in each row and column. No 2 stars can touch even diagonally, and we need to draw a non-intersecting, non-branching loop through the centers of some cells that passes through every clue. Each clue marks the center of the straight line it's on. Okay, so I see. Okay, so these are clues, but these aren't the stars. Okay, so I need to do that and that. This needs to turn there. Those go across there. Of course, we can sort of fill in a little line over here. So if I understand correctly, none of these are stars. Because if they were stars, maybe I'm going to make them a slightly lighter gray. If they were stars, they would need to be on the middle of the loop, and they're not. Likewise, that one. Oh, I missed this one in filling it in. So in this row, I need to fit 2 stars. I can only possibly do that if I do this, right? Do people have the same understanding I do about how mid-loop works? I think those are both stars. Okay, so can grab all of that. And so now the 2 stars in this row are here and here. Okay, so now this has to continue there and then stop. This has to continue there and then turn up. It doesn't go that way. So this has to go that way. Oh yeah, this certainly isn't a star. This certainly isn't a star, and so therefore this is a star. Yeah, I guess that is a corollary that I probably should note, is that all the clues are unstarable. Neither of these are a star because one of these is a star. Maybe both of those can be stars. I'm not sure. There is a star up here somewhere. Let's see. We don't need to visit every cell or anything like that, so am allowed to avoid some of those. Oh, right. This does not go up by mid loop. Okay. The mid loop would work very nicely if this is going horizontally. If this is going vertically, it would go quite vertically. Let's see. This is my thus far only mid loop. See, I'm probably going to need a mid loop, or probably going to need a star over here. Well, I'm definitely going to need a star over here. Is there any way? Yeah, annoyingly there is. Paul Fly correctly suggesting that we should maybe look at how we're going to fit 3 stars in here. We've got sort of the secret of Star Battle. If you have not done Star Battle before and don't know the meta, the meta of Star Battle is highlight random 2x2 squares and say a lot of times only 1 star can fit in here until the puzzle is done. Is generally the strategy because of the diagonal rule. And so frequently you can get a nice little restriction, like we know one of these has to be a star. We know one of these 2 has to be a star. And if one of those 2 is a star, these 2 are never a star. So one of these is a star, one of these is a star. I guess a thing I didn't notice before, but that is a good thing to notice, is the corners can never be stars because if a corner was a star, then that would be an issue. Also, Paul Fly points out that because of this mid-loop clue, this can't be a star either. So we actually know one of these 2 is a star, and one of these 2 is a star, and one of these 2 is a star. Okay, and we can do a similar game in this column. So one of these 4 needs to be, which means that one of these 2 is, which means that those aren't. One of each of these. So now this row is insanely restricted because we need 2 stars in 3 cells to make this happen. I don't quite see what to do to make the magic happen with that yet, but I'm sure it will. Oh yeah, this is also not a star because of the fact that it would go horizontally. So either these 2 are both stars, or that's a star. Oh yeah, these can't be stars simultaneously. Very good, Paul Fly. These can't be stars simultaneously because if they were, then they would meet in the middle, which would be a problem for 2 purported mid-loop cells to be to meet in the middle. So that is one of them, because I can't do 2 over here, which then grays out all of this, and I can draw in the loop that we know does that. And so this happens, that happens. Yeah. So David's pointing out, actually, if you look at this column, if I were to make this a star, I would need to make this a star because I know one of these 2 is a star. So if that's a star, and we get to repeat Paul Fly's argument. So that's never a star, which means that one of this pair is a star. Very slick. I do love Star Battle, by the way. It is a genre that I think there aren't many things in because generally setting Star Battle is not the best in terms of things that you might want to do with your life, but solving them is very fun. So I appreciate those setters who are willing to do that. Probably my favorite cracking the cryptic feature ever was Glipperl's mid-loop Sudoku, which is just so cool. If you've not seen that one, oh, Kale has eyes and identifies that this column only has 2 yellows left, which I had not come anywhere close to observing, and therefore they are both stars. Very good. Column 1 we can almost redo Paul Fly's point. This is also a mid-loop clue because of column 4 now. Very good. So that extends. That turns. Column 2 now has enough stars. So now that's a star. So we can get that. And this is not a star. Yeah, row 7 star is quite limited because it needs 2 of them. Oh, right. This is a corner. As soon as it's a corner, it's not the middle. It's not the middle of a star, or not the middle of a loop segment. I guess these two are always connected by loop. Oh, Paul Fly is going to ruin it for me by giving me much lower hanging fruit so that I don't have to argue that at all. There we go. But if that's the middle of the loop, then it comes down here. And if this is the middle of the loop, then it comes down here. So that's always in. Row 6 gets another star. Shintaro now says this row. Very cool. Okay, that makes this column be done. Oh, right. This also connects up by the same logic because it's just let's see, row 2, column 8, 9. Oh, sorry, would block row 1. Right. One of these two is a star now, so these aren't stars. So one of these two is a star, and we... Oh, not quite. We don't get to quite repeat the argument over here. Do I know by my 2x2s that one of these is a star? I think I do. Right? Yeah, the one of these is a star, so this isn't. Which means that this is. Which gets me that connection. Da 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 da. Okay. Oh, this just can't be a star because of what it would do to the loop. If this is a star, it becomes the middle of a loop that already has its middle marked. So therefore, that is a star. It goes that way. That was the last star for this row. This column still needs a star. This row still needs a star. The stars have been battled. Uh, uh, let's see. Row 4, column 3 being vertical makes a mini loop. I see. Because this then gets forced down there. Yeah, so this is horizontally, which then means this goes up. This had better not go up or it's going to crash, so this goes down. We know it turns, and it can only turn one way. Let's see. Oh, if these connect vertically, that's going to end up making a mid loop with multiple mid segments. So we can't do that, at the very least. Yeah, this can't be horizontal because it would run into that, points out Kale. Very good. Which now means that this is short, which means that this continues, and now this goes over here, and it stops. Which now means, if we look at it, that this continues here by that mid-loop clue. And so now this turns down, which now means that connects down, which now means that this is vertical and goes that far. Okay, so now this has to go up, but this can't join because of the mid-loop clue, so it goes that way. I do enjoy low-hanging fruit. Yeah, if this was vertical, it would crash into that. So we get that. Let's see. Oh yeah, if this goes down, just to show you this, if you have not seen this loop deduction before, if this goes down, I've now isolated these three loop ends, which is a problem because loop ends only resolve in pairs. So I can't send that down. So therefore this one's horizontalish, and it's that long. Okay, I do need to be slightly careful with this. Oh, this is just, this row 5, column 4 is just hanging out ready for me to notice that it can only go one direction, because if it goes that way, it dies. So we can continue that. Okay, now if this connects up, it crashes into that. I know Kale got this one a while ago, but I didn't see it at the time. But now I see it. Let's see. Yeah, this... It can't go either way as far as I can tell. Oh, this is a corridor. Let's do that. Uh, let's see. What else shall we? Uh, let's see. If this goes up, Shintaro points out that we've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells isolated down here. And 5 is the wrong number, as always, to have down here. And you could put a 6th down here by doing that, but you've actually made the situation considerably worse, because now the loop is unclosable because these are all now isolated from the rest of the universe. So this, in fact, goes this way. So it goes up, goes up, goes up. This goes up now because going down would be death. This goes left because going right would now be death. It goes down, comes over there. That comes over there, goes over there. This now can only go that way, and now this goes there and there. And then we've done it. Woohoo! We have looped the loop. That was really cool. Nice job, Good City. Yeah, I was also thinking that Shintaro was like, how on earth would you set this? I have no idea. Like like any kind of star battle is already just sort of begging to be to break at the last second in some unpleasant way, and then combining it with this incredibly restrictive loop thing, I can only imagine how on earth this how much this must have broken as part of doing it. Uh, let's see. I'm looking for a quick puzzle to. I suppose I could pull out my 6x6 bucket. That's probably the right thing to do. Let's see. I don't think I got sent any 6x6s today, but I can dig up some other 6x6s from earlier. Possibly. One moment while I find my Discord conversation with Tristan, which always takes me a minute. Oh, sorry, no, it should be with Zetabot. There we go. Okay. There we go. Let us do the mini Zac. All right, so we need to help Mini Zac become strong for the many long journeys to come. Ominous. Digits along Zac's purple hairline must form a non-repeating consecutive set in any order. Digits along Zac's outline in gray must alternate between even and odd parity. Cells separated by Zac's eyes must be in a 1:2 ratio. Digits in a large white circle must appear at least once in the 4 surrounding cells. Oh, sorry. I was thinking this was the white circle we were talking about, but this was not the white circle we were talking about. Digits along the between line must be between. I'm surprised we didn't call it the jump rope. Must be between the digits on the circled ends of the line. 2 cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Not all possible dots in the grid are given. Wings, mouth, and feet are solely for cosmetic purposes. Sorry, for cosmetic purposes. Alrighty. Well then. Well, I know there's certainly a 3 and a 4 on this Zac. Got those. This is a between line with at least 2 digits on it, so it doesn't have... Uh, so can't the 3 be... Like, if the 3 is there, it doesn't break the renban, does it? Because it could just go over there. Yeah, so I guess this is from 1 to 4. You're in anti-quad mode from before. That's funny. Yeah, so one of these is a 2. That's very good. Yeah, this is either 2 4 or 3 6, I suppose. 5 in column 3 is certainly in one of these cells. Would have loved to know that this wasn't a 1. Yeah, I was trying to find, is there some combination of 1 and 2 here that breaks the renban, but I don't think there is. If this is a 2 4... at least in one direction, the 2 4 doesn't work. Let's see. I do know one of these is a 3 or a 6. So if that's a 3 6, then one of those two is a 3 6, which is not the most potent deduction that I've ever made. That combination at least doesn't work. I agree. If that's a 6, then that rules 3 off the entire renban. And this renban needs a 3 and a 4 at least. So now that gives us the parity. Okay, so now these are 2 4 6. That one's not a 1. I did it wrong. Let's try again. These are 2 4 6, and that is odd, so it is a 1. Yeah, you're correct. This is much better. I much prefer it work out this way. So these are 1 3 5. Okay. One on this quad is up here. This is a 2 4 6. And so because that's a 2, it's not a 6 either. It means this isn't a 4, because then this would be 4 2 and it would break that cell. So this is a 3 and a 6. So that is not 3. So yeah, so no 1. And we've got a 2 or a 3, so now these are 4 5. I agree. And so that is a 3 and a 2, just to finish up the row. So from 4 5 6. This is a 1, points out Paul Fly, because this renban, or sorry, this quad needs a 1, and that's the only cell that's allowed to be 1 anymore. So now if this is a 3, then that's got to be a 4 and a 5. And if this is a 5, then that's got to be a 4 and a 3. So I think this is always 3 4 5, right? Yeah, there's no way I had to put a 2 here because 2 is next to 1. So this is a 4. I did that in a really inelegant way. I should have just said, I can't put a 2 in the middle of these white dots anymore because it would be next to a 1 and there's already a 1 in the row. But I said it in some horrible way instead. So you're welcome. So this is a 2 or a 6, and it's not a 2, so it's a 6. And that's a 2, and that's a 2. Let's see. This quad now needs a 4. So that is a 5. That has become a 3 and a 5 and a 3, apparently, owing to the magic of Quadmania. These are a 4 and a 6. These are a 1 and a 5. Okay, so 5 does not go opposite a long between line from a 4, 6. So this is definitely a 1. So that is a 5 and a 1. Okay, so now if this were a 4, I would need this to be a 2 or a 3, and it isn't. So this is a 6. So this is a 5 and a 6. No comments about the 1, 5 between, or 1, 6 between line. This is a 5, just by Zach Doku. That's a 5. Let's see. I need a 3 over here. Let's see. That's a 3. So that's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 4. That's a 1. That's a 2. It's a 4. It's a 6. And that's a 4. Lovely, lovely. And I will hold Zach up to the camera so he can see it. Very nice. See, they love you. They really do. Let's see. I can probably do another as long as it's quick. Probably not this 3-dimensional one. Oh no, we've already done that one. Okay, I might have to go to the actual bucket because I've now looking at ones that I've mostly done, or that I do not think I could do in 10 minutes. Okay. Okay, this looks slightly crazy, but probably doable. Let us do Super Permeafragilistic Expialidation by Paul Fly. We need to place digits on the line outside the grid to indicate where that digit is to be placed in the nth cell in that direction. So just to say this, if this is a 3 and this is a 2, this is saying that the second cell in this row is a 3. By the way, I'm going to gray this just because this is outside the grid. We're just doing a 4x4 here, where we need to put the digits 1 through 4 once each. So as soon as there's only 4 candidates left, it's a good idea to center mark them. And then we need to select 3 of the 4 digits to appear on the line. Along the line, each permutation of the 3 digits occurs exactly once. So yeah, so if we've got like 1, 2, 3, then we've got to have 2, 3, 1, and so on. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this digit in particular is different from these two, and is the 3rd digit on the permutation line. So in particular, because it's different from these two, it's a 3. The positioning is 3 or 4, right? Because whatever this digit is, it goes over there somewhere. So probably I want to do some coloring here. I can get rid of my back. Okay, so the green lives over here. Now I know that these are yellow and orange in some order. Uh, by virtue of the fact. Wait, does this have to be orange? This has to be orange, right? Uh, how many permutations? There's 7 sets of 3 digits. I didn't count it. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you're right. Horrible. Uh, uh, so yeah, I guess the point is that if you didn't have any repeats, you would. So if you didn't have repeats along your line, then you would be forced to say, okay, well, this is yellow and this is orange, and then this is green, and now you've repeated. So you need a break somewhere in that many cells. So sorry, this would be the one that was green. So you need a break in my pattern somewhere along here, but if I counted from the other side, the same number of cells, it would work the same way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is too many. I can't do 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the break has to be somewhere in here, is what I have concluded. Because of that, because I only get one break. And so that break is somewhere along there. So in particular, this is also really yellow. And then these I don't know. This one could still be gray, though. So this is a 3 or a 4. Because we know yellow doesn't repeat within the box. And green, we know this is a 3 or a 4, because green isn't either of these 2 digits, which makes yellow be a 1 or a 2 for sure, but it's not that 1, 2. So this is the other 1, 2, for what it's worth. Right. These two are the same digit because this digit is one of the ones that doesn't show up along the parity line. And so that's going to tell me which one green is. So this is the none-lined digit, and therefore this is the digit that is green, and therefore this digit is a 4. Very good spotting from Kale. So this is a 3. So this is the yellow 1, 2. Okay, and I don't know if this is green yet or not. I know one of these two is yellow for sure. Okay, well, this isn't a 4 for sure. That's not a 4 either. So you're still not a 4. A 33 cell line seemed excessive. I agree a 33 cell line would probably be a bit excessive. Oh, so we actually know where the 4 goes in box 2. Good point. Okay. So we know one of these two is a 4. I guess that's not super helpful. Oh, I guess I know this is yellow, right? This is just a naked yellow. because it's not 4, it's not green, and it's not red, so this is just a yellow. This can be orange. This numbered rooms clue can't be for green. It could be for orange. Or yellow. In any event, this is never a 1 because it's not on the line. So this is certainly a 2. So this is certainly yellow or orange back here. I don't know which one. Dictates whether it's a 2 or a 3. Now, that yellow orange goes here, though, because of the rule about the repeating. And so it's not orange. Because of the break being there, this yellow-orange goes here, so it's not orange. And ergo, it is yellow. So that's yellow, and this is also yellow, which makes this a 2, which makes yellow a 1. Which makes those 2s. Okay, now we get to disambiguate a deadly pattern with this bizarre thing. Oh, that's a 2. And that's a 3. So green is 3. Okay, so here is our none identity thing. Okay, so I certainly can't do 3, 4, 1 again. I have to decide the order. So I can't make this a 3, 4 because I would be... No, sorry, I can't make this a 4, 3 because I would be repeating this combination. So I've just got to make that the 3 and that the 4. Oh, and this is green now. And these can have red circles. Oh, and I should probably... Oh, I guess I don't have any way... Oh, I can fill this in. This is a 4. Very nice. I quite enjoyed that, actually. That is like one of my favorite little puzzles I've gotten at the end. That was the perfect... the perfect mix of weirdness. I guess we used almost nothing about the fact that it was a permutation. In the break-in, we used a very small part, and then at the end, we used that we didn't repeat exactly this. Let's see. So yeah, we've got 1, 4, 3. We've got 1, 3, 4. We've got 4, 3, 1. We've got 4, 1, 3. We've got 3, 1, 4, and 3, 4, 1. Ooh, yeah. This is I mean, this is like a... Bitty Bytes is trying to be a little more adventurous than I would prefer to be at the end of my stream when I'm trying to wrap up for time. Like, this feels like it would be an adventure puzzle if it weren't for the fact that adventure puzzles are also trying to be vaguely normal. Yeah, if you do this with a 9x9, how many breaks do you need? We only needed 1 break to do the 6 permutations, but I suspect you need a great deal more breaks to do the 9x9 version. I mean, I guess you ultimately need a break like every 2n-1 or something like that, at least, because you can never have 2n digits in a row without a break, or you've repeated the same pattern again. Which would be unideal. So yeah, I look forward to the 9x9. Perhaps for the 9x9, you should combine it with full rank instead of with numbered rooms, since the numbers will be bigger. I look forward to seeing Mixo solve it on the thing. Alrighty, but I am going to wrap up there. I mean, how many times does the 4-digit permutation line visit each cell? I guess is the question. Uh, the 4-digit permutation line has to be, I guess it's only like, I guess it probably doesn't have to visit any cell more than once, maybe possibly. Oh, except that the 4x4 permutation line, now I've been nerd by this. The 4x4 permutation line only gets 9 digits, or sorry, only 4 digits. So it can only visit 36 cells total. And yeah, the bound is that taking into account the fact that you need to break it several times, David? Uh, yeah, I don't suspect it would be particularly pleasant, but but this I really liked. Uh, Alrighty, well, I am going to wrap up there for today, but thank you everyone for hanging out and doing some puzzles. I'll be back as usual on Sunday to hang out and do some more puzzles. Uh, uh, yeah, I probably, yeah, best for 4x4. Yeah, uh, the number of permutations, not the length line. Oh, Lord. Uh, Alrighty. If you would like to support the stream, by all means, please do. We greatly appreciate it. You can give us a thumbs up. You can become a YouTube member. If for whatever reason supporting on YouTube is not in the cards for you at the moment, but you still want to kick us some support anyway, we do have Ko-fi, which is, I believe, as apolitical as possible. And liking the stream is free. And hacking your friend's account and making them subscribe is also free. And using their credit card to subscribe is not free, but it doesn't cost you any money. So all of these things are options if you would like to contemplate various degrees of misdemeanor and felony in support of the stream. So thank you all, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, and I should read the list of the turbines. Darn it. I've completely spaced on this. Also, thank you to the turbines, Daniel, David, Franco, Nell, Nordy, Plonktime, and Tyson. Thank you so much. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.